class 9th. Today we are going to start with the new lesson. Lesson number 4, page number 133, the Mauryan Empire. Main objectives, introduction, main historical sources, literary sources and archaeological sources. Chandragupta Maurya, Chandragupta Maurya's conquest. Before discussion of topic, we must know the following terms. Important terms. Satraps, provincial governor in the ancient Persian Empire, accumulated, gathered together or acquired a increasing number, successor, a person or things that succeeds another, dynasty, series of rulers from same family. Literary sources, information through literature, archaeological source, information through the remains of that particular period, administration, process of running a business or organization, undisputed position when the everyone accepts the position of a leader without any argument. Introduction. Mauryan Empire established in 321 BC. During Mauryan Empire, there were three great rulers. Chandragupta Maurya from 321 BCE to 298 BCE, Bindusara 298 BCE to 273 BCE, Ashoka 273 BCE to 232 BCE. Ashoka's successors lasted from 232 BCE to 185 BCE. The Mauryan Empire was founded by Chandragupta Maurya in 4th century BC. He organized a powerful army and laid the foundation of vast empire. He overthrew the Nandas from Magध and the Greek satraps from northwest frontiers. Chandragupta Maurya unified a large part of Indian subcontinent under his centralized government. His successor Bindusara kept the Mauryan Empire intact and further extended its boundaries. In the history of India, the Mauryan dynasty is the first historical dynasty. Dynasty means series of rulers from same family. Now let's come to the reading part. Lesson number 4, the Mauryan Empire, page number 133. Before returning home, Alexander placed his newly conquered area in the northwest under the satraps. Satraps means the provincial governors appointed by him. These satraps ensured the continuation of the Greek rule over the northwestern India for a long time. The northern and eastern part of India were under the oppressive rule of Nandas. The last Nanda ruler, Dhanananda, was called so on the account of the vast treasure accumulated by him through the excessive taxation and extortion. Extortion means to get something through violence or threat. Buddhist source that play Mudrakshasha, written by Vishakha Datta, describe how Dhanananda insulted Chanakya in his court. Chanakya vowed to avenge his insult by bringing about the destruction of the house of Nandas. Chanakya trained, influenced, and inspired the Chandragupta to free the northwest India from the Greek rule as well as overthrew the Nandas. Thus began the emergence of Mauryan Empire. It means the Mauryan Empire was founded in the 4th century BC by Chandragupta Maurya. He organized a powerful army and laid the foundation of vast empire. Moreover, he overthrew the Nandas from Magध and Greek satraps from the northwest frontiers and united the large part of Indian subcontinent. As we know, around the last quarter of 4th century BC, Dhanananda became the king of Magध. He was very unpopular ruler known for his greed and arrogance. Moreover, Vishakha Datta's political drama, Mudrakshasha, reveals the struggle unleashed by Chandragupta Maurya with the help of Chanakya to overthrow Nandas. Because Dhanananda insulted this learned Brahmin Chanakya, who vowed to destroy Nanda dynasty. Chanakya got the chance to meet a young boy named Chandragupta of Maurya tribe, who impressed him with his leadership qualities. He took over the guardianship and trained him to be a king. With the advent of Mauryan rulers on the political horizon of India is about 321 BC, begin the era of empire in India. The Mauryan Empire flourished for almost a century and a half, from 321 BC to about 185 BC under Chandragupta Maurya, 321 BC to 298 BC, Bindusara 298 BC to 273 BC, Ashoka 273 BC to 232 BC, and his successors 232 BC to 185 BCE. Now, let's know something about these rulers and their great achievements. Means Mauryan Empire remained from 321 BC to about 185 BC with the rule of Chandragupta Maurya, his son Bindusara, and his son Ashoka the Great. Along with their successors from the period 232 BC to 185 BCE. Main historical sources of the Mauryan Empire. The advent of Mauryan dynasty marks the passage from the darkness to light. The following are the sum of the information regarding the Mauryan dynasty. There are two types of sources of information like literary sources and archaeological sources. Literary sources. The most important is Indica, book written by Megasthenes, gives a detailed account of life in the Mauryan Empire. Next is Arthashastra, which is written by Kautilya or Chanakya or Vishnugupta. These all three names are of the one person, which tells about the administration, society, and economy of the country. Mudrakshasha by Vishakha Datta, which reveals the political drama by Chandragupta Maurya with the help of Kautilya. Kautilya is the same person, the Chanakya. Jain and about the text. Purans gives us the valuable information about Mauryan Empire. The archaeological sources. Archaeological sources are the valuable source of information about Mauryan Empire through art and architecture, inscription, edicts of Ashoka, Sanchi Stupa, etc. Now let's come to the reading part. Just have a look on the picture of Kautilya or Chanakya or Vishnugupta. Main historical source of Mauryan Empire. In the history of India, the Mauryan dynasty is the first historical dynasty about which some definite historical material is available. In this connection, Dr. V. A. Smith has rightly remarked the advent of the Mauryan dynasty marks the passage from darkness to light. The following are the sum of the chief sources of information regarding the Mauryan dynasty. Means we can get the information about the Mauryan dynasty through the literary sources as well as the archaeological sources. Now let's discuss the literary sources. Literary sources. Megasthenes' account. Megasthenes was a Greek historian who lived as a representative of Seleucus Nicator in the court of Chandragupta Maurya for about 5 years. He wrote a book named Indica, in which he has given the detailed description of Mauryan administration and Indian society. It means Megasthenes was a Greek ambassador at the court of Chandragupta Maurya. He had been sent in the court of Seleucus, the Greek ruler. He wrote a book named Indica, which contains the impressions of what he heard and saw during his stay in India. Moreover, he has given the detailed description of Mauryan's administration and Indian society. Kautilya's Arthashastra. The Arthashastra by Kautilya, the chief advisor of Chandragupta Maurya, is another important source which throws a good deal of light on the Mauryan period. As Kautilya or Chanakya was directly concerned with Mauryan government, his book gives us a valuable information regarding the political condition of India during the Mauryan period and the Mauryan administration. Arthashastra is a unique book on the subject of politics and art of the government and literature of ancient India. In the words of the Winternitz, it is a unique work on the subjects of administration, trade, and commerce. and War and Peace in the whole range of the Indian literature. This book is a huge work and has 15 parts, each dealing with some aspects of the art of government. It means, of all the literary sources on the history of Mauryans, the most important source is the Arthashastra, written by Kautilya, also known as Vishnugupta and Chanakya. He was an advisor in the Prime Minister of Chandragupta. Arthashastra is written in Sanskrit. It is a comprehensive manual that deals with the politics, rules of diplomacy, principles of administration, and other such political topics. Mudrakshasha, the political drama written by Vishakhadatta in 5th century CE in the Gupta period, is another important work on the Mauryan period. It describes in detail as to how Chandragupta Maurya got the help of Kautilya and overthrew the Nanda dynasty. Side by side, we get glimpses of the social, economic, and religious life of the people in those days. This work was not written in the Mauryan period, yet the author did not best to base his drama on the information that was then available in the 5th century CE, which is not available now. It means the Vishakha political drama Mudrakshasha gives us the detail about Chandragupta's life. Moreover, it reveals the struggle unleashed by Chandragupta Maurya with the help of Kautilya to overthrow the Nandas. Moreover, we get the glimpses of social, economic, and religious life of the people in those days. Jain and Buddhist text. From the Jain tradition, we come to know as to how Chandragupta Maurya, towards the end of his reign, embraced Jainism and abdicated his throne. Abdicated means to give up an important official position. Similarly, the Buddhist tradition provides us with the valuable information about Ashoka and the steps taken by him for the spread of this faith. The Jain text and Buddhist text is also the great source of information about the Mauryan Empire. To know about from the Jain text that Chandragupta Maurya adopted the Jainism after leaving his important official position. On the other side, his grandson Ashoka adopted Buddhism. The Purans. Historians have extracted valuable information from the Purans regarding the Mauryas, his predecessors, Nandas, and their successors, the Sungas and the Andhras. Means Purans. The literature of Vedic period is also the great source of information about the Mauryan Empire. The archaeological sources. Work of art. From the different works of the art, the Mauryan period, just as the stupas, viharas, pillars, and the caves, we can form an idea of the Mauryan art, architecture, sculpture, art of polishing, art of engineering, and art of the ornamentation. We find that many of the work of art during the period of Mauryan Empire, such as stupas, viharas, pillars, which are the great source of information during that period. We can make an idea of the Mauryan intellect through their art, architecture, sculpture, art of polishing, art of engineering, and art of ornamentation. All such things are providing us a great source of information about Mauryan period. Inscriptions. Inscription found on the pillar rocks and caves form an important source of information about Mauryan dynasty, especially the reign of Ashoka. From these inscriptions, we come to know a good deal about Ashoka's dharma, administration, character, and other things. Not only this, they also help us a lot in forming an idea about the standards of education in those days and the common languages that was used in the Mauryan period. It means Ashoka's inscription form the most important source of Mauryan period. Moreover, they are important for providing the knowledge about the extension of their empire, their religious policy, their administration, and their characters. Edicts of Ashoka. An edict is a decree issued by a king. Edicts of Ashoka form very important source of Mauryan history. These edicts are inscribed on rocks and pillars throughout the country and include 14 rocks edicts, 7 pillar edicts, and a number of minor rock edicts. The edicts provide an insight into the life and ideals of Ashokas in particular and about the history of the Mauryans in general. It means, as we know, an edict is a order issued by a sovereign king. The edict of Ashoka form the most important source of Mauryan history. They are the oldest, best preserved, and precisely dated record of India. These edicts are inscribed on rocks and pillars throughout the country and include 14 major rocks edicts, 7 pillar edicts, and a number of minor rock edicts. The inscription on these edicts provide a useful insight into the life and the ideals of the Ashoka in the particular and about the history of the Mauryan Empire in general. Sanchi Stupa. A stupa represents the spiritual body of Buddha containing in the relics such as hair, teeth, or bones. A casket containing these relics is placed at the base of the stupa. Sanchi Stupa was built around the 3rd century BC by Ashoka at Sanchi near Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. It was 4 gateway in 4 directions. These gateways have carved panel depicting events from the life of the Buddha and some of the Jataka tales. It means the stupa is a semi-spherical solid dome-like structure made of unburned bricks and stones. The Buddhist stupa has special significance. It represents the spiritual body of Buddha containing its relics such as hair, teeth or bones. The foundation of Sanchi Stupa was laid by Ashoka at Sanchi, about 45 kilometers from Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. Moreover, there are the 4 gateways in 4 directions. They have carved panel depicting the events from the life of Buddha and some tales from Jataka stories. Moreover, the pillars are surrounded by the capitals which contain the sculptures of loins. Now we will discuss Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya was a founder of Mauryan Empire who is regarded as a great ruler of the history of India. He was an ambitious young man who is said to have even joined the Greeks' army under the Alexander to know their techniques of warfare. His ultimate success was due to the wise counsel and the training that he received from Chanakya, Kautilya or Vishnugupta, who later became the chief advisor of Chandragupta Maurya. Come to the reading part of Chandragupta Maurya. Chandragupta Maurya, the founder of Mauryan Empire, is regarded as a great ruler in the history of India. Very little is known about his early life. As an ambitious young man, Chandragupta is said to have joined the Greek army under Alexander to know the techniques of warfare, but his ultimate success was due to the wise counsel and training that he received from a very able Brahmin scholar Chanakya or Kautilya, who later became the chief advisor. It means Chandragupta Maurya was a founder of Mauryan Empire. Not much is known about his childhood. According to a legend, he has been dismissed from the service of Nandas, who ruled before him. He met with Kautilya at Takshila. Kautilya was impressed by him by watching his leadership qualities. Kautilya was also having the ill feeling for the Nandas because he was wronged by Nandas. He therefore joined the hands with Chandragupta to destroy the Nanda dynasty. With the help of Chanakya, Chandragupta embarked on the consolidation process of his empire. Chandragupta Empire extended from Kabul and Kandahar in the northwest to Mysore in the south and from Bengal in the east to Saurashtra in the west. According to the Jain tradition, after ruling for 24 years, he renounced the world. He handed over the kingdom to his son Bindusara and adopted the Jain religion. Today we will do till here and you will have to reread this part, learn the basic term, related question answer and next video we will discuss about the Mauryan administration. Till that, you will have to learn and kindly follow the SNAP homework. Thank you.